So you're thinking about moving right here to Maryland, more specifically Montgomery County, but you can't quite find enough information on Google to help you make that well-informed decision. Well, in this video, we're gonna help you adjust that. I'm gonna break down everything within the county through a map perspective to help you get a better understanding of the shops, the restaurants, the amenities, the transportation, all of it and more. So stick around and let's get after it. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean McGrady and this is the premier channel to learn all about Maryland living, what it's like to eat, sleep, play, and live here. Now, if that's something that interests you, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're coming out with videos on a weekly basis. Now here at Impact, we absolutely love helping our clients every single day relocate into Maryland or around the great state of Maryland. So if you're on your way here, you're thinking about it, or you just have any questions, feel free to reach out. Give us a call, text, email, days, nights, weekends. We are here to help you. And so let's learn more about Montgomery County. So just as I promised, here is an overview of Montgomery County. It's outlined here in red. And from end to end, it's about 35 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. I-270 running right down the middle of it is going to be where the most congestion is. It can get quite busy during rush hour and hold you back a few minutes wherever you're trying to go. Now, Montgomery County is located just outside of Washington, D.C. and Baltimore as well, about 35, 40 minutes from Baltimore. And then you're also about 10 to 15 minutes away from Frederick, depending on if you're Clarksburg or if you're further within Montgomery County. It'll be a lot longer, but it is a straight shot from I-270 into Frederick. And then also when you're getting into DC, you can either take I-270 in and then hit the back roads all the way through, or you can go around to 495 and then cut through that way. A lot of people though that are commuting or they just are going to DC, they find it easier to just take the metro. You can carpool with some buddies, take the metro, and it's quite cheaper and it's a lot less of a headache to go through traffic, find parking, especially for sports games like the Washington Nationals or the Redskins, whatever it may be. My bad, not the Redskins, the Washington Commanders, and also any other sporting events, or if you're going downtown for any reason, a lot of people love to take the metro. Now, a lot of these areas within Montgomery County will have metro stops that are along I-270. I usually take Shady Grove, which is right here just before we hit 200 here. It is in this area somewhere. I believe it's right here. No, that's Gaithersburg High School. You get the point. I take Shady Grove Metro and I go all the way into DC just because, I mean, it can definitely be a headache getting into DC with your own car, especially parking nowadays. It can get quite expensive. So let's start off here with Clarksburg, and we're going to make our way up into Montgomery County. And so here in Clarksburg, a big draw is the Clarksburg Premium Outlets. They have your Nike store, Adidas, Under Armour. They have a Gucci store, UGG, all of it. So if you're looking to go back to school shopping for your kids and save a few bucks on the more expensive items, the Clarksburg outlets might be the spot for you. But that is just one of the main draws to Clarksburg. A lot of people also live here. There's a bunch of new construction going on as well, and it's continually getting bigger. Now, you would be districted to Clarksburg High School if you're around in this area. You also have Little Bennett Regional Golf Course and Little Bennett Regional Park. So in Montgomery County, you'll notice there's a lot of parks, a lot of areas for you to get outside to enjoy good fresh air and go hiking. I know Little Bennett has trails for you to go out and hike in, as well as Little Bennett Golf Course. I know firsthand it's not the easiest course, but it's definitely a good time. They keep it well maintained. So that is definitely a pro, and there's a ton of golf courses within Montgomery County. And then even if you go beyond the line here, Frederick area has some great ones. Peabody Golf Course is one of the hardest in the country. It's actually ranked, I believe, in the top 100 of the hardest, and the 20s, I believe. So that is definitely harder than Little Bennett, but it is also very, very good course. Now, so let's make our way up here into Germantown. Germantown, so one of the bigger draws here to Germantown in the last 2 years is Topgolf. They have Topgolf right off I-270 here, and that is an area, if you've never heard of it, it's kind of like bowling for golf. You can hit golf and make it a game. They have like bars. It's kind of like a really relaxed setting. Even in the wintertime, they have heated seats for you to enjoy time with your friends. And then Germantown also has a lot of places to eat, places to go to. They have Panera Bread, Chick-fil-A, Carrabba's, which is a restaurant that I always think of when I think of Germantown. I used to always grow up going there. Have not been there in a long time, but Germantown is definitely a place where you can find things to do in terms of eating or just going to shop.
And then you also have right here Montgomery County Community College, which is a good one. And then when we turn into schools here, we also have, I believe, Seneca Valley is right. Yep, Seneca Valley High School is here as well. That's another good school. Now, if we zoom out here, we're going to make our way up even more through I-270 and hit Gaithersburg here. Gaithersburg, I believe, if you go further north from where it says Gaithersburg here, you'll see that one of the major draws and one of the best parts about Gaithersburg here is the RIO lakefront. They have a body of water here. It has water features. You can actually get in a paddle boat. It's not some crazy boat that you'll have in a lake, but it is something you'll paddle with your feet and you can go around in the lake. They have ducks that you can feed and everything. They also, not to mention, have amazing restaurants. Uncle Julio's is one of my favorite Mexican places to eat at. And so you also have Corner Bakery. You have a Dick's Sporting Goods that actually, within the last 10 years, they had a 50-foot rock wall that was inside of the building that you could go and climb. I don't know if they still have them around Dick's at all, but I know about 10 years ago they ended up taking out that rock wall within this Dick's Sporting Goods. But you also have a Target here, and they have hotels all along this line along the water here. And then you have a movie theaters, and there's a great there is a candy store, I believe, there. I don't know why that came to my mind, but I like candy, and they do have a good one here as well. And then you also have Sodexo, some places to work. And then if we zoom out here, we're going to go on over just right over here to the downtown Crown, which amazing area to live. They have some apartments and some condos as well that are these buildings right here. And below those, they have great restaurants. One is Ted's Bulletin. They have homemade Pop-Tarts, and they are to die for. If you've ever had them, let me know in the comments, because all I hear about Ted's Bulletin is those Pop-Tarts. And then you also have Coastal Flats. Coastal Flats is a great seafood restaurant that is in the downtown area, as well as Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. And then you also have a lot of people, I thought I'd throw this out there, they have a Lululemon. So everyone seems nowadays to actually love Lululemon. So if you live in that area, that may be a really big pro for you. And then you have your typical Harris Teeter, and they have an LA Fitness as well. So there's a lot going on here. And then when we get outside of RIO Lakefront here in Gaithersburg, we come on over here to the Kentlands, which is a highly desired area to live in. The homes are absolutely beautiful. You can find a home between $600 to, it ranges in the millions as well. So it's not the cheapest area to live in, but they have a lot of amenities here, including you have a Whole Foods, there's a Lowe's, there's a Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Cava. So when you're living in the Kentlands, you are not far from a lot of places to go eat and things to do, as well as Crepes A Go-Go. That is a great place to eat if you love crepes. And so the Kentlands is very highly desired. People absolutely love living in this area. And Quince Orchard High School is actually right here as well. That is a great high school that is here in Gaithersburg. Great football team as well. And so as we zoom out here, we're going to make our way even further up I-270 and hit into the North Potomac area. Now, North Potomac is a more relaxed area. You'll notice that along I-270, there's going to be a lot more things going on, a lot more faster paced of a lifestyle. And then when you get further out from I-270, places like Potomac or North Potomac, and then even on the other side of I-270, Montgomery Village is a little bit slower paced. And so when you're looking for something that's, you want to raise a family and kind of settle down and not have all that stuff going on, the great places to find are outside of I-270, and just have the option to drive into the downtown area for things that you need that you can't find within your area. Now, North Potomac is also it used to be Gaithersburg. Within the last few decades, it just got changed to North Potomac, but it is definitely an area that you're going to find more land for your homes, as well as Potomac up here. You can get up to an 2-acre lot, which is something that you won't be able to find anywhere near close to I-270. And it used to be horse country here in Potomac, so there's a lot more land if you're looking for that here. And so North Potomac has a lot new construction going on as well. If you check out my recent video, I did a Toll Brothers tour of a development that they're putting in within North Potomac in the Mount Prospect neighborhood right here. And so they have beautiful homes that Toll Brothers is currently making. I can throw up some footage here so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then as we get closer up I-270 towards Potomac, this is really where people talk about horse country. There are a lot more land. You have right here Potomac Village that has all the things that you need. But then if you're looking to get even further into things that you want that aren't near you, you're going to have to drive closer towards I-270 to find that. Now, so Potomac, one of the reasons why it's so highly coveted is, one, because of the schools. Now, price range of Potomac can range between $700,000 plus, and that all has to do with, one, the school system, and two, just people love coming here. And Winston Churchill is a big one. There's a ton of private schools around this area as well, like St. Andrews is a big one, and then you have Bullis, which is close to here. I believe it might be right here. Yep, Bullis School is a big one. I used to play lacrosse, and these private schools, they always were a big draw for people that love to go to school to further their athletic and academic career through a private school setting. Now, you also have some pretty big-time golf courses here. Like, you have, where is it? Further up south here, we have Congressional, which is a big one. If you love golf, most likely you've heard of Congressional, a lot of pro events there, as well as TPC Potomac, which is, once again, a very popular place for the pros to come out and have a tournament. And so we are zooming out here. And then I mentioned in a recent video, when you're looking into Rockville, North Bethesda or Silver Spring area, it is very highly regarded as some place for kids, someone that's graduating school, and for young professionals and people that really love to be able to go meet new people and get out and network and be around the scene of going out and enjoying time with your friends. And they also are geared towards that because of the downtown areas and the ability to be an apartment complex or a condo, because outside of that, these areas towards I believe this is east side of I-270, you're going to get into more so places with farms, and it's going to be a little bit more green around instead of the downtown feeling or more urban style feeling you get within these areas. So Rockville is also a great area that we have not touched on. Rockville Town Square Center is a big deal. They have a outdoor ice skating rink. I know I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but every time I go there with friends, it's always a good time. Here they have a ton of things when it comes to places to go shop, places to go eat, and downtown is just beautiful. They actually have so the Buffalo Wild Wings here is, I believe, this center right here is where they lay out the ice skating rink, and then they also have a bunch of like Christmas lights and stuff like that, so you have a better sense of Christmas time, and it's just a good time. And so Rockville is one of the better places to live as well, with great schools. You'd be going to Richard Montgomery. All these schools, though, don't quote me on them. It depends on where you're living. These county lines and school lines are always changing. But I forgot to mention, actually, near RIO Lakefront here, you have an indoor skydiving place to go as well, and then you have a Sky Zone trampoline park. So when you're along this highway, you have a ton of things to do, whether you're looking to go get food, shop, whatever it may be. So let's make our way into North Bethesda here. And North Bethesda has a downtown area called Pike and Rose, which is fairly new. It has everything you need in terms of the nicer steakhouse like Fogo de Chao. They have a movie theater here. There is a Stripes bowling area here. I don't know exactly where they put it, but there's a Stripes place to go bowling. And so Pike and Rose is a great area if you're younger, or anyone in particular likes to go eat outside, have a good bite to eat, or go downtown during the nighttime and have a few drinks. But they have your Target and all the things you really need. And then Woodmont Country Club is here as well. Great golf course. Now, let's go into Bethesda. Now, Bethesda, to get into Bethesda, the average home price is just under $1 million. It is quite expensive, and that has a lot to do with the location being even closer towards DC and the line to get into DC. Now, this includes a really nice Bethesda row here that has, just like Pike and Rose, everything that you're looking for. And this includes places to eat, places to go shopping, and all the good stuff that you need. So this is Bethesda Row right here. And so you have, Kendra Scott Jewelry Store, Urban Country. You have Fish Taco, Woodmont. So definitely highly coveted place to live. They have beautiful homes. They do have new construction going on. Just realize that a lot of these lots within Bethesda are going to be a lot smaller than what you'd see in Potomac or North Potomac, or even outside near the Darnestown area and further out from I-270. But that doesn't deter people. People absolutely love living there, and there's a reason that people are always coming to this area. Now, let's also make our way over into Silver Spring. Now, Silver Spring has something that I really, truly enjoy going to, and that is the Fillmore. And that is a concert venue that takes place with the best. They always bring in some top-notch artists, and if you're looking to go out and enjoy a live concert, that's the place to be in downtown Silver Spring. And once again, this is an area geared towards younger professionals with an urban-style setting, and has the apartment complexes and the condos that some of the younger people are looking to live in after they graduate from college. Now we zoom out here. So I'm going to talk briefly on if you're looking to go on vacation, get outside of the city. And so one of the major places to go to here is you can either stop by Annapolis and sit on the water and enjoy some seafood. And they also have the Naval Academy. You can get a tour of the downtown area. There's so much history around Annapolis. And also just go out on the water here. Taking a boat out and enjoying everything that it has to offer is quite great. And Annapolis is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. So once we get over the Bay Bridge here, we can come on over here to the Ocean City, which is a big hotspot for people looking to get outside of where they are for a quick vacation. That's only 2.5 to 3.5 hours, depending on your location. And Ocean City has an amazing boardwalk. They always have a ton of events, concerts, and it's also just a great place to sit on the beach, read a book, and just slow everything down. Now, as we get closer up into Delaware, you also have Rehoboth, which is going to have a lot less going on. It's going to be a lot less quieter, and you're not going to have all the hustle and bustle you'll see in Ocean City. Now, you can also go down south and hit Virginia Beach in 4 hours. Now, Virginia Beach has a beach that actually has fighter jets, like F-16s, fly over your head while you're on the beach. It's nothing you'll ever see before, and I've probably mentioned this in a video, but I truly have never experienced something like that because the Navy and the military is heavily around that area and doing trainings and everything like that. And then if you wanted to even get further from Maryland, you can go down to OBX, which OBX is the definition of a slowed, relaxed lifestyle. They have a lot less going on. You kind of just get a house and you kind of just chill out. There's not a ton of places to do anything. There is stuff like bars, restaurants, but for the most part, it's very relaxed down on the Outer Banks. And so there's a lot to do and a lot to get to if you're near Montgomery County. And then in terms of, let's talk about airports here. If you're looking to travel, they have BWI, which is a big one. I think it's the best one to get to just because the traffic is so light, and I have not had as many problems as I do there compared to Ronald Reagan that we'll mention in a second. But BWI is just outside of Baltimore, and if you're looking to get there from Montgomery County, most likely you'll be taking 200 in, or you'll take 495 and then hit, what is this right here? Hit these highways right here into BWI. And then we're going to go to Ronald Reagan International, which is in the heart of D.C. It is definitely not the easiest to get to, but when you're flying in and out of there, it's kind of cool because you're going over the monuments. You get to see the White House sometimes, depending on where you're going, especially at nighttime. It's one of those things that you're definitely pulling out your phone to take pictures of and getting an aerial view. And the last one is the Dulles International Airport. Now, these are all international airports, so you can get anywhere within the world through these airports. But this one's in Virginia. So this one is a little bit further out, but I would assume a little bit less traffic to get to. You're going to take 495, and then you're going to hit, this is 267 into Dulles. So airports got you covered. In terms of transportation, I mentioned a lot of people like to just take I-270 into Washington, D.C. if that's where they're working or going, as well as you have the metro stop as well. And then if you're looking to get to Baltimore, you can just hop on 200, which is a toll road, a little bit less crowded there, as well as 495 through Beltsville into Laurel and into Baltimore. So Montgomery County is a great area. I mean, there's a lot to do depending on where you are located. Either you're going to have a faster lifestyle or you're going to have a slower lifestyle. Like, for example, Rockville has a lot going on compared to what you'll see in Potomac, which used to be called horse country, and is a lot more green and a lot more land that you can find to put your home on or to find a home that's a resale. Now, I also forgot to mention here, you have College Park, which College Park you can go to football games, go tailgate, you can go to basketball games, you can go to softball games, lacrosse, they're always in the top 5. So if you're into sports and you like going to college sports, University of Maryland might be the best spot for you. I went to University of Maryland, and I can firsthand say that the tailgates and the football games are always a good time to come out. And even if you have sons or daughters that want to stay in-state, Maryland is a top school to be able to go to, and definitely looks good on a resume when you're looking for jobs. Now, I hope I was able to help you give a little bit of a rundown of Montgomery County. There's a lot to it, and I wish I could have gone through everything, but I just wanted to keep, for time's sake, not keep you here all day. And I hope you learned something.
So that wraps us up. I hope leaving this video, I left you with at least a small nugget of information that can help you in the moving process. It is very daunting to be able to move to a new area and find out which area best fits you and your family's needs. Now, the whole goal of this channel is for me to be able to help you, the viewer, make a more educational and well-informed decision to see whether this is the right area for you within Maryland or Maryland in general. There's a lot that goes into a home buying process. It is very much so daunting and can be nerve-wracking. But here at Impact, we'd be more than happy to help you and walk you through that process. So feel free to give us a phone call, text, email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back, and I'll see you in the next one.